Whoever knows everything but lacks self-knowledge lacks everything. Gospel of Thomas. In the silence of our souls lies a divine power waiting to be discovered. Today, in the teachings of Jesus, we will find the keys to unlock this potential and transform our lives. If you find yourself saturated with knowledge about the external world but feel an internal emptiness, disconnected from your true self, then this teaching of Jesus may be the guidance you need. This ancient adage resonates with the reality of many, a life filled with external information but lacking internal understanding and connection with the deeper self. I invite you to keep an open mind and listen attentively, because today could be the beginning of a significant change in your life. Have you ever experienced that feeling of security when you feel you can tackle any subject with anyone, and your knowledge is vast and deep? However, have you found yourself in situations where, despite your extensive knowledge, you have felt disoriented and your knowledge hasn't served you much? Often, we encounter people who seem to possess seemingly limitless knowledge, capable of addressing a wide range of topics with ease and confidence. Their words resonate with authority and persuasion, and we are often impressed by their apparent erudition. However, as we spend more time with these individuals, we may notice a disconnect between their apparent wisdom and their way of living life. It's as if there's a mismatch between what they express verbally and how they actually face life's challenges. We are perplexed to witness that, despite all their eloquence and apparent knowledge, these people seem unable to apply the same depth of understanding and wisdom in their own lives. It's a puzzling phenomenon. How is it possible that someone who seems to know so much cannot resolve their own dilemmas with the same clarity and insight they exhibit in their speeches? We wonder if they truly understand themselves, if they have explored the depths of their own being, and if they are aware of the complexities of the situations they face. What we often discover is that these individuals, despite their vast intellectual knowledge, lack a true and deep understanding of themselves and others. They can speak fluently on a variety of topics, but when it comes to facing the challenges of everyday life, they seem disconnected from their own inner being and common human experience. Often, even ourselves, we find ourselves in situations where we feel capable of offering wise advice and deep reflections to others. We see ourselves as people able to address others' problems with clarity and understanding, providing guidance and support with confidence and empathy. However, when it comes to applying those same pieces of advice to our own lives, we find ourselves struggling. We make decisions that seem contrary to our own advice, or we find ourselves facing a series of obstacles and challenges that seem insurmountable. When someone knows a lot about many things but does not know themselves, it's like having a bunch of borrowed information. They can repeat what they've heard like a parrot, but that doesn't mean they truly understand or feel it. Outwardly, they may seem confident and sure of themselves, but inwardly, they are filled with doubts and confusion. They care more about what others think of them than discovering who they really are. Their knowledge may be extensive, but it's superficial and lacks the depth that only comes from self-awareness and connection with the divine. Why do you spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen carefully to me, and eat what is good, and your soul will delight in the abundance. Isaiah 55 verse 2. People who feel important because of all they know are actually disconnected from their true inner being. When we lose connection with our inner self, we plunge into a complex labyrinth of illusions and superficial desires. We find ourselves trapped in a constant cycle of external validation and satisfaction seeking, pursuing external achievements and recognition from others to fill an internal void that never seems to disappear. We desperately cling to the idea that happiness and fulfillment will come from outside, from having more things, from achieving a certain social status, or from receiving approval from others. However, the more we pursue these external goals, the emptier we feel inside, as if something crucial were missing in our lives. We deceive ourselves into thinking that true happiness is found in material success or the acquisition of material goods. We get lost in a whirlwind of external expectations and forget to look within ourselves for the true source of satisfaction and fulfillment. But if from there you seek the Lord your God, you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul. Deuteronomy 4 verse 29. Why, despite seeming to know so much, do we often find ourselves lost or confused in our own lives? Why does this happen? The answer lies in our lack of connection with our own inner being, our soul. When we are disconnected from our deepest essence, we feel empty, lost, and disoriented. Imagine we read a book that deeply impacts us, fills us with wisdom, and offers us new perspectives on life. We feel we understand every word, but paradoxically, when it comes time to apply that knowledge in our daily lives, we find ourselves repeating old patterns, without truly incorporating the lessons the book offered us. Similarly, when we are disconnected from our inner being, we can recite wise and profound words, but if we don't apply them wisely in our daily actions, they lack real meaning. It's as if we're speaking on autopilot, repeating empty words that our mind has memorized but haven't penetrated the depths of our being. It's as if we're navigating life without a map, without an internal compass to guide us in the right direction. We lack that sense of connection with something greater than ourselves, something that fills us with purpose and meaning. That sense of inner emptiness can be overwhelming, making us feel like we're floating in a sea of uncertainty and confusion. Only when we act from a place of authenticity and connection with our essence, prioritizing love, empathy, and compassion, do these words become alive and meaningful, rooted in the very core of our soul, transforming our way of being and relating to the world around us. To truly find ourselves and experience the fullness of our existence, it is essential to initiate a process of inner transformation. It is essential to seek God within ourselves. This journey leads us to connect with our soul, to explore the depths of our being, to discover who we really are. By immersing ourselves in this journey of self-discovery, we open the doors to the presence of the Holy Spirit within us. It is through this internal connection that we experience the manifestation of divinity in our lives. When we act from our deepest being, when our actions are in harmony with our true essence, we allow the presence of God to manifest through us. Every step we take on this path of authenticity and internal connection brings us closer to experiencing the fullness of divine love and the guidance of the Holy Spirit in every aspect of our lives. The truth is, true fulfillment is only found by looking inward, by connecting with our inner being and discovering our true essence. It is in this inner space where we find the lasting peace, joy, and satisfaction we have been desperately seeking in the external world. When we take the time to explore our inner world, we realize that we have everything we need to be happy and fulfilled within ourselves. We find a deep sense of calm and acceptance, freeing ourselves from the constant impulse to seek validation and satisfaction in the external world. Therefore, it is essential to remember that true fulfillment does not reside in material possessions or the approval of others, but in connection with our inner being and living in harmony with our true nature. Only by finding God within ourselves can we experience true happiness and fulfillment in life.